A warm welcome also from my side. I will start. I kick off the day today with a presentation about current trends in the German e-commerce consumer market, and especially focusing on two things: on what people are actually doing, and therefore I'm jumping a little bit into the. I don't know. You can't see it anyhow. I'm jumping into the Christmas season, plus especially Black Friday, to look into the German markets, to look into the details, into the numbers, and share with you what we are seeing on idealo's side. And second is what people say they want to do, or even they do not want to do. So two things, two takeaways. I share with you what the people did actually during Christmas season and what they are planning to do when it's coming to new trends, voice commerce, connected commerce, and the like. Why am I staying here? Why am I in the position to talk about that? I'm working for idealo. I'm not sure if everybody knows idealo. Maybe if you're from Germany, you're quite aware about idealo. We are existing since 19 years. We have here in Berlin roughly 850 people working for idealo. We have 16 million unique visitors per month in Germany alone, which is quite a lot. And out of this, we have 42% direct traffic, which means the people are really coming to us to look for us. They are not only going to Google, we are to idealo. And especially we are very strong in the app market in the Germany as well. This all makes us the fourth biggest e-commerce player in Germany after, of course, Amazon, eBay, and Otto, and even before my fellow former colleagues from Zalando was staying over there. So that means we have a hell of data, and I do not want to annoy you with too much information about idealo, but what brings me in the position to stay here and really to share insights about the German market as a whole, and not only a particular niche or a kind of, we've asked some people. In the German catalog of idealo, we have recently around 330, 350 million offers. So meaning all the merchants, all the Amazons, the eBays and the like are sending us their complete catalogs each day. And we have around 3 billion data points changed each day, which makes us one of the biggest tech stacks or data stacks in e-commerce. So that means we combine that with a huge content and product catalog, which is hosted and maintained by us. So this together gives us a perfect overview about the complete e-commerce market, and really on a very detailed level, on an offer, on a product base, but also from the mass consumer interactions we're having on idealo. Therefore, I have a good feeling that I can share something with you which is really reliable and which is really significant, and nothing just a small sample. Okay, so when I did a similar presentation last year already here, of course with older numbers and older or other focus. But what is always refreshing, especially for myself, is when you look at the share of e-commerce traffic in Germany. Is to start a presentation about the status quo of the German market. It always helpful when you see, okay, how is traffic shared in e-commerce market in Germany? And here, if you look into the top 100 shopping websites in Germany, we see that only roughly 38% of the traffic goes to the top 100 online shops. Around 30%, nearly 30% are going to Amazon, 26% to eBay, then comes Otto and idealo. So you can see here already, still in 2019, end of 2018, there's the vast majority of traffic, even among the top 100 sites, is going to platforms. So nothing has changed here, which is for some of you maybe quite interesting, quite good, for others not. When we look into the Christmas season 2018, of course, everybody knows the numbers which were released by recent industry organizations like HDE or BEVH in Germany. We see a similar movement also on idealo platform. We see that we had an increase YOY of roughly 9%. In the Christmas season, and when we look at the idealo Direktkauf, which is a kind of transactional feature, we even see a lot of more growth. And what is especially interesting is that we see we should see here something more, which is Interesting. So normally there should be a slide here which should show the distribution of categories which are interacted, which are clicked, which are shopped during the Christmas season and in comparison with Black Friday. So maybe the colleagues can look into the presentation if we can find the right slide here. If not, I can tell you. So, what this slide should have shown is that, of course, in the Christmas season in 2018, we saw that the typical e-commerce categories were the strongest, like consumer electronics, like media, like fashion, and the people were even focusing more on that kind of categories during Black Friday. So. The Black Friday, and I can hopefully show you with the next slide if it works. Yes, the Black Friday as part of the peak, which is the absolute peak in Germany for the Christmas season, is really dominated by what we see here. By strong basket cases, so the people are buying for very high value goods during Black Friday. The people are really planning. So even when we look up here to the right side from your side, around 35 people in Germany are planning to really use the Black Friday to make their Christmas shopping. So they are preparing everything. They're browsing sites like Idealo or Amazon or eBay or whatever before, note down what they want to buy, and then they really wait for Black Friday. And this Black Friday was for us the most successful day in complete Idealo life, but also what we heard from the merchant side. It was extremely successful. And when you look into the actual numbers, and we have a lot of numbers, as I said. There are really good deals to be made during Black Friday. Although a lot of people are here in Germany are very critical about Black Friday. A lot of people don't think that there is a huge bargain, there's a huge deal to be made, and but our numbers show a little bit a different picture. But nevertheless, the people extensively use Black Friday in Germany, and of course Cyber Monday, the whole Cyber Week, but the absolute peak is Black Friday. Higher basket cases, planned shopping, and this means, of course, that if you're not able to offer something appealing to the people during Black Friday, as I said, especially consumer electronics and the like, then you probably should not participate, because the people are very critical about Black Friday and really compare prices, check prices, and see if it's really a deal or not. This is the actual, what you can see on the right side. The peak is the traffic, out of the traffic monitor from idealo. So it's really impressive if you can see how many people are actually using it in Germany. And when we just look into our numbers, we saw a year-over-year increase from 2016 to 2017, 2018 of nearly doubling the traffic on Idealo, but also the clicks. Not only people were browsing, but really clicking, really interacting, and really buying during Black Friday is really massive. And so far, at least from my experience, personal and from our numbers, there has nothing been like Black Friday before in Germany. So for this year, 2019, if you're a merchant, be prepared for Black Friday. Start today, I would say. The top seller on Black Friday from Idealo was, surprise, surprise, Apple AirPods. And this is quite interesting, because this is, I'm not sure if you can see it from the back, but this was Black Friday, and the price on Black Friday, and it was definitely not the best price. So it was before cheaper, and afterwards as well. But the people were so crazy buying thousands and thousands of AirPods, because they were focusing, they were planning for Black Friday. They lose a little bit their mind, and we're just, okay, now it's Black Friday, they have to be the cheapest now, we are buying now. Although it was before way cheaper and afterwards as well. And so also be prepared for Black Friday in a sense that you can compete on that particular day. You do not necessarily have to offer the best price from the whole year, but on that particular day. We did another deep dive in the category toys. So if you're in the toy business, and you cannot read it from behind probably, but you can send us an email presentation at Idealo, and you get the presentation sent. This is the share of all the 2,414 brands idealo is covering in the toy section. With no surprise, during the Christmas season, the big winner in the toy category, so the maximum where the interaction was happening, was Lego. No surprise probably for most of you. Second, Playmobil, Ravensburger Schleich, and so forth. So this shows a little bit the distribution, where the eyeballs, the clicks, the behavior was going to. And we made also here a slight comparison. So 25% of the whole interaction in the toy category was going to Lego, but not to, and I'm not sure how familiar you are with the toy category, but Lego is a brand you would assume everybody is selling it. It's a standard brand which all merchants are covering. But only 188 merchants got a click. So even Lego is offered by many more merchants. We have roughly in Germany around 55,000 merchants overall on idealo, but only 188 received a click. And of this 188, there was nearly 40%, 39.9%, were going to the platforms I just mentioned before, to the Amazon, to eBay, and so forth. So let's say the unfair relation between the platforms and the top 100 or top 1,000 shops was even very strong even stronger in the toy category during Christmas season. And we compared it with the biggest toy merchant we see on idealo. I don't tell you the name, but there was only 3.8% was going directly of the traffic to this particular merchant. And this shows again, during Christmas season, of course, the platforms are as important as before during the year, and this even increases throughout Black Friday. So here, and when you receive the present, if you want the presentation afterwards, when you receive it, you can compare it in detail, not only for Lego but for all the brands. This portion even gets bigger and stronger during Black Friday. So we made I think you can see it better from the back as well here. We made a better comparison here, not even for Lego only, but for other bigger brands, where you see while during the Christmas season, with the Lego example, 188 shops received clicks. It was on Black Friday only 99. And the share of platforms which received clicks was increasing from 39% to 42.6% on Black Friday. So, and there you see other Playmobil, for example, was similar, even stronger platform effect. And Anki, of course, it's a nerdy, a geeky brand, but it even increased up to 80% platform share, which means especially the Black Friday is not only highly appreciated and highly used by German consumers nowadays, but it's really the big platforms are the strongest by far during those days. But the good news is, or not but the good news are, that even if you're not a big merchant, even if you're not a platform or cannot compete on the platforms, there are other ways. So even if you cannot compete the performance you have to offer on Black Friday, we see interesting effects here in the aftermath of Black Friday. So if the people are buying the bigger baskets, the planned purchases way earlier than before, they become less price sensitive the closer it comes to Christmas. So in the category or in the brand Lego, for example, the prices are increasing even way before Christmas. The closer Christmas comes, the more expensive Lego becomes. And with watches, the same. So you cannot really, the closer it comes to Christmas, also on the online market, as a merchant, you can charge higher prices because the people are becoming less and less price sensitive, which is good news, I think, for some of you. Okay, so customers love platforms, even on Christmas, no news here. Shopping holidays really become platform holidays. I think this is, everybody has had the feeling, we see it in our numbers. Electronics, gaming, and especially strong brands are performing best at Black Friday. The people are planning, people are waiting the whole year for Black Friday to make this purchase. And the people really are interested in more informations and especially during the Black Friday and the shopping season, because they really want to see if it's a good price or not in Germany. Not only a deal, but it's a good price, and they want to save money, particularly on Black Friday. So that was how the people behaved during Christmas season. Next is what people say they prefer and what they don't like. So we do each beginning of the year, same last year, we do a huge survey and ask the German consumers about the current trends in e-commerce we see and how they like it, how they appreciate it, how they use it, or even not. And this year we found out, we had a slightly different focus than last year. We showed to the most recent data privacy discussions and had a focus on that as well. And what we found out is that the German customer is kind of ambivalent. It's of course, as you all know, Germany is not easy. If you from abroad, if you want to do cross border trade to Germany, you had the feeling before, but German customers are really crazy. So what we asked them is, how do you like? Do you want to share your data? How do you want your data treated in a nutshell? And what you see here on the left side is that the vast majority of the Germans do not do not have a clear position on that. I do not like the fact that my data, which I leave online, is evaluated and used for individualized offers, which means the people in Germany are really not that open for, hey, I give you my data and make the best out of it and give me a better deal, a better offer, so to say. So even a lot of people, 53% on the right side, are scared that companies know too much about me and my preferences. So the people are really critical about companies wanting to cheat them or to do whatever. I'm not sure what is the reason behind that, but they are really skeptical in that particular case. And they even say the relevancy for individual advertisement and offers, so really personalized. All the people here in the room, and I think outside as well, are really wanting to make their best to personalize an offer, to really send only relevant content to the consumers. But unfortunately, the 51%, the black or the dark blue portion, 51% say it's little or no relevant, has little or no relevance for them, which means the Germans do not want to share their data so that you can make personalized offer, and they even don't trust that much, or it's not that relevant, a personalized offer, they say at least. On the other hand, if they get a discount, if they get a voucher, if you ask them, if I get offered attractive benefits, then I reveal my personal details. So 60% say, yes, of course. Give me, I don't know, €5 voucher and here is my soul. Just take it, but give me please a voucher. So if you ask them very generic, very broadly, do you want to share your data? No, not at all. Oh, I'm not crazy. And then, but you get a discount. Oh, cool. That's fine. If I get more relevant information, I don't know what is relevant. I don't care. And this has even increased here. I'm not sure if you can read it. It's 60% in this year's survey. Last year's survey, it was only 52%. So this number even increased for 8% points during the last year, which is, again, at least for me, very surprising. So German customs are really difficult, crazy, and ambivalent. Then we asked some other questions, in this case about dynamic pricing. So why the question, what are the main reasons for merchants to adjust prices on a daily basis? And only 14% had the idea that merchants want to make a best deal for the customer. They even see more confusion for the customers, and they think, the consumers think, that dynamic pricing is mostly to drive the competition between the merchants. And the people are really have some ideas, and I don't know, have to go through all the numbers. They have some ideas why the prices are influenced, why the prices are dynamic, the number of views, so how attractive is the product, the last viewed product, and the location. This the idea why people think that dynamic pricing from merchants are triggered. The Germans think also that there are particular differences in the market on the daily base, during daytimes, that the prices during the evening are way higher than during the rest of the day. So they think, I do not want to shop during the evening because then the dynamic pricing from the merchants is not so good for me. And they even think on Saturday and Sundays that are the most expensive days during the week. So I'm not sure why they think it's like that. We checked that with our internal data, and we made here, you see, a comparison price per weekday based on idealo data in the category TVs. And in the category TVs, they were right. Saturday is in average the most expensive day, what we see in our data. If we look into smartphones, it's Friday, so it's not that true what the people are thinking. And if we are looking into women's fragrances, it's even Monday is the most expensive day when we look into our data. And so the people have a feeling there's difference for the daytime, but also for the day of the week. And it's kind of true, but there's no consistent strong pricing, low pricing for a particular day when you look into certain categories. And even when we looked into a famous electronic merchant, as is written here, it's real data, but of course we do not share the name. We see that in average on Saturday it's the most expensive day of the week for this particular merchant, and so don't shop there on Saturday. So how fancy are German online shoppers? And I have to speed up a little bit. We asked, again, some other interesting questions like, how do you combine online and offline? Before purchasing a product, I go to the store to have a look at it. Then the more left, it's more yes. The more right, it's more no. So people are still interested in going into offline stores to get a certain feeling. I order products online and then pick them up in store. So this click and collect, it's not that huge in Germany, as you might have heard. I feel better advised at the local store than if I inform myself online about the product. So the people are really thinking it's a little bit in between. It's this one. They still think that they get a better treatment offline, but the speed is taking up for online. And at the store, I get a more neutral evaluation that if I inform myself online about products, this is also even stronger than online. What is kind of interesting is what we asked the people what they want to prefer to shop online or offline. What we found out, or no surprise at all, 90% of the people would prefer food to be shopped offline. Furniture 64%, and medication in pharmacies and the like 54%. So there are still categories which at least the German people are saying they prefer to buy offline. And with the idealo app, we even make a reference to Black Friday again. With the idealo app, we see there's still a heavy combination, especially on those shopping days, that the people are using our app to scan offline the EN code and compare prices. And we can really see in the refer to the numbers and see similar results in the app as we show in the survey. Do German online shoppers keep up with the times? So, not really. How open are they for smart home devices, personalized offers? It's not really strong here, but the acceptance of chatbots is one example of the survey, where we saw a strong increase, 35% up. So the people are really, in Germany, besides the other fancy technologies, they are open for chatbots. So this is a good news. I think everybody's thinking about how to make best use of AI and the other buzzwords. I think chatbots is a good way. Still, not many Germans have a smart home device, Amazon Echo or Google or whatever. And for what do you use a smart home device if you have one? Again, no surprise, I will just click through it and make a small comment on that. So still, the major use case is listening to music and gathering generic information. Still no really shopping, it's not really used for shopping or for compare prices. And order food or taxi is still not a good use case neither, surprisingly. And another question we asked is around contextual commerce. So Instagram shopping, Pinterest shopping, whatever you would call it. So putting a buy button in a social media context or somewhere else. And here 33% still didn't buy so far via connected commerce. And if they did, they mostly bought shoes and clothing. But what is more interesting is the context if they bought something. What you can see here is that the majority of the people did not really plan to buy that product and even agree that I was seduced to buy the product. So the connected commerce for the ones who are really using that format already on Pinterest, on Instagram and the like, they were really not having the plan to do a shop. And if you go to Amazon, if you go to idealo, if you go to the classical online shops, you have normally an idea what to shop or what you want to have. But really contextual commerce for the one where it's working seems to be a good way to attract new buyer groups and to really inspire and motivate the people to buy something. Okay, so the learnings here are definitely the Germans love more information. They are very skeptical for new things, for new trends, for new technology. Germans still want to have comprehensive information. They want to have a neutral feeling. They are, again, skeptical also on the offline world, but especially online. So if you want to bring something new into the market, make sure you bring the right information and don't overemphasize personalized offers. Maybe the good old voucher still works in Germany. And the German customers just need time to get into new innovation. Just because it works in, I don't know, in the UK, in the US, or in China, Russia, or elsewhere, does not necessarily mean it works in Germany. Do you want this presentation? Just send an email to presentation@idealo.de and you will get it. Do you want some good advice right now? Visit our booth. We are just standing outside. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Erik Meierhoff from idealo. Please, you can leave now, but we still have time for question and answers a little bit. I'm sure there are questions into the insights. I will go around. So if you have a question, please raise your hand and I will come to you. Yeah, okay. So, where was the question? Yeah, hello, hi.
So, the information that German customers are not open to personalized vouchers, personalized websites is from a survey. Have you looked into whether that is also reflected in online behavior? Because it could be that customers say, oh, I don't like personalized stuff, but they do react better to it.
Yep. So, of course, we know that our the connected merchants, which are interacting with the customer via idealo, they use something like dynamic pricing and the like. We know that, and we see an effect definitely on that. So I'm fully with you. One thing is what people say, and the other is what people are doing. But I think, in a nutshell, you have to be very cautious not to overemphasize, because the Germans are crazy about having there's an agenda behind. I smell something which is coming, and just couldn't be that good.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.